There we go. Hello. Well, good evening. Uh, I've been cooking all day. I was told by a woman that it would only take an hour and a half, and it took like 3 hours. I'm like, wow. But that's okay. I had, plenty of time. I had to cook it in the main house because let's just be honest, I would have to deal without air to cook food. That's the reason why I've been buying the pre-made food, because you just nuke it and you're good to go. The thing is, when you buy a lot of food that is frozen and microwave, you get a lot of additives and things that you don't want in your body. So I've been cooking, I got this big steak and I cooked it, and right now it's still in the oven. The oven was turned off about a half an hour ago, and I'm waiting for it to cool down to put into the refrigerator. Hey, oh, it is so good. I'm doing synchronicities and weird stuff. I happen to be looking down and I go, wow, I haven't noticed, but these bruises here have shapes on. So I put a post and pictures of the shapes that my bruises are in. It's a half circle and a triangle. I'm like, wow. So we could talk of, I don't know. Has there been aliens around here, and I got some time slip? Because if they gave me anything, I'm not complaining at all. They gave me a good jump start in life. I don't know. If they did, I'm not going to complain. It's Mm, oh, I really don't know. But I want to, what I want to do is down the road find a really good hypnotist and find out, certain things that my dad hypnotized me to forget certain things because they were too traumatic in my life. And I want to get them back now. Now is the time I have to get them back. That's what my dad was saying in our last conversation. You need to get your memories back. This is the time. So I got to look for a good hypnotist to find out the suppressed memories that my dad did so I can move on. And now I'm at that time I can deal with them. Weird. So I had a good, I had a synchronicity in dealing with my not my real it's a better than real therapist. It was a 3 hours long of my therapy session yesterday. It was amazing, though. It really was. So I'm always happy to deal with her, and it doesn't bother me to pay out the money from my own pocket because my other therapist had feelings for me and it was no longer a professional thing going on. Yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh yeah. As for I'm thinking they're just funny, you know. I just thought, wow, that was weird. But as for dealing with that, I'm pretty much talked to her what I'm going through in my problems, and I found out that I attracted a person who had died on this property over 100 years ago, and apparently they connected themselves to me and didn't know they were dead, and were causing round problems in my life. And I was like, oh God, yeah. So everything's good to go. And I'm like telling her, I gotta pay you the money. She's over at home now. She's a snowbird, so she lives in Pahrump in the winter, and leaves in the summer. So I've been, I'm going to have to send it to her. So I'm like, oh, good. Oh, yes. I paid that out of my pocket. It's $75 a session. and she deserves it. It's a hard job. It's a hard work for her along with me. And I'm very much, I put out as much information as I can so she knows what she's working with. And actually, the spirit was causing her not to do some of her job. And she's like, we got to clear the spirit out now. So, yeah, I do tend to attract that, and it causes problems. She didn't know she was dead. So I was like, oh, good money spent. It really is. And I found her when I went to go get some nachos over at this eatery. This is before I was just starting my new job. And I had gotten this feeling for nachos over at the Crowbar restaurant. So I went to the Crowbar restaurant. Welcome, Vegas. Yeah, so I went to the Crowbar restaurant, was reading my book that I finally finished, and it was a Stephen King book. Yeah, yeah, I do know you. Yeah, it's also my therapist. My metaphysical therapist is really psychic. Oh, I'm going to have to come clean on a lie I told her, but I'm not going to tell you. It's just between me and her. I have a really good metaphysical therapist. She really makes me feel it's also when I go to sleep, I listen to, um, I guess you would say, like, it feeds you, like, don't get involved in people's lives, don't be judgmental. And that gives you, like, to do good things, in your life, the exercise and stuff, and pretty much. So tomorrow I'm getting a new cat in my life, a new guy in my life. Temper is his name, so he's coming into my life. I'm going to be living here in the RV with me. I tried to get Cat before he died to live in the RV with me, but he was too scared and didn't want it. Yeah. Can I come and live with you? You can come and you can visit. Uh, More the merrier for a bit. Visit. I do like my own space for, I couldn't room with another female in this small space. There really is no room. To me, this is like a one person thing. And I actually had I was sleeping with the kid's father up here, in this hot pocket. And then the kids were sleeping over here. It was really tight. I mean, it was, it's nice though. I I did this because it was summertime and I have it is a hot pocket. It's a hot pocket thing. You get in there and it's like what happened was where we were living, my kid's father could have fixed up. this a whole lot better. But he was, in his own little world and wanted me to do it. And I'm like, come on, I just got tired of doing everything. Certain things didn't get done. Welcome, all you beautiful people. So, anyway, I have one of these brand new waiting, and I'm going to have a story time that whoever gets does the best story. If you have a time lapse, another one is what I've really been into lately is people driving, and it's happened here in America and also over the pond over in the UK and stuff, where people drive and it's 2024 and they look down, they look up, and it's 1969 or 1976 or, some type of year that's 40, 50 years in past or even further. And they are driving around. Most of these people you ever hear where their car is there, the door's open, and they're gone. You ever wonder maybe they got into a time slip and decided to get out of their car, out of their vehicle? And maybe you never know. But they talk about time slips where people have stayed in their car and said, God, this is odd. And then they find the place where they need to go and they're there. Oh, now, there's also could be someone who wants to, and you hear it a lot too in the reality aspect. It could be that they want a divorce from somebody and they can't get a divorce, so they, what they call, kill themselves off and get a new identity. And sometimes I think that that's what it is, that they just can't get rid of that person. And it's like where they have the car door open and certain effects that are left. I'm putting both aspects. It could be, a metaphysical one that we can't explain, or it could be somebody who's in a relationship that they're just done with it and their life is total shitbag and they're going, well, if I disappear, I'd have a better life. You ever think that, that some people who disappear and you find out missing person found after 25 years, and you hear the whole commentary is the guy faked his own death and started a whole new life with somebody else. He had kids and is retired now. And his other kids are like, well, why'd you leave us? And he said, it's one, not commentary, but you get this feeling it was your mom just wouldn't let go of me. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. How many missing people do you think have different identities and they're not dead? They're just in a different life. Yes. I mean, what if you were, let's just say, this is just, a hypothesis, not something that, is real. You're famous and you have a girlfriend that's nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake and she just won't let you be. And you're to that point where she has included her friends in your life to where it's even come suffocating. And maybe you're like thinking, oh, shoot, I get a new identity. And then they could find me years later. Oh, they made it an accident thing. And it was like, I'm really living. Yeah. hmm And then, I'm thinking, how many other people, that's where they get the thing where Elvis, he wanted to be out of the spotlight. I can almost see that. I really can. He couldn't go anywhere. Oh God. Uh, yeah, I could see that. Okay, let's just get, we got to get that mold just right, JFK. All right, just stay still. It's worth the 4 hours. All right, they get everything out and they pull it off, they put it on there, and we'll get it to, move up and down because you got to agree to everything that Jackie says. Oh, Lord. Oh, God, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking. Well, anyway, I wasn't too crazy about the drink I made, and I figured, well, I'll just pour a shot and call it. I like the green one better. I just figured I'd try this because these were pretty good. It's got like a certain spicy. Yeah, I've been lazy. I didn't go get any mixture drinks, so that's what I'm doing. And I am not going to mix it with Kool-Aid again because it was purple stuff I mixed. So, see, what they should have done is have him kind of alive. Maybe, he's like, he- that's what happened. Him and Marilyn lived out the rest of their lives together. I knew it. Cheers. Ah, she was pretty and very smart. Yeah, she really was. And that's what I hate when people look at me and think, oh, she's dumb. And you're going, oh, I'm going to play this person. So, oh, yeah, you think I'm dumb? I'll play it. I mean, I'm from Sweden. I did that to my friend's son. Yeah. I answer the door and I go, I'm Inga. I'm from Sweden. And he's like, hi. And then we do it while we're just joking around with you. I always wanted to do it, so hey. He was getting married back then to a beautiful island lady. I wonder what happened with that. I just never, you lose touch of people and stuff. So it's like, I've been so busy. Anyway, I got to practice for my work. I got the first part of the thing right. So now I got to work on jojoba oil and how to execute it. I'm looking forward to next week. I am so wrapped up. I love my job. I love it. So I'm in a good place and happy. Hey, I don't just get regular bruises. I get triangular bruises. So I just look up if there's been any UFO sightings this week, where are they at? And she needs a little special. We go get that to her. They zap me, like my dad always say, they zap them lights down there, and the only thing left is these weird bruises. So I'm going to actually look up a good hypnotist and see if I can find one that isn't going to be real expensive. And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping that this trip, that this extra thing for work, that I will make some extra money, I will put into me, is what I'm looking forward to unlocking those secrets that my dad had locked away. So it's time. And I got a cheap watch for $11 because I'm sucking my watches dry. Yeah, I am an energy vampire. It runs in my father's side of the family. My grandfather had to wear a motion watch. My son wears a motion watch because he can't wear regular watches either. After a while, they'll end up fucking up and not working. So I'm just seeing if I'm really an energy vampire. No. And a person that has, it's not an energy vampire. It's the electric magnetic field on our body is just different, and it craps up the watches. That's what I'm thinking. So in synchronicities, I have found one with my metaphysical therapist. I met her while I was reading a Stephen King book and thinking, God, I really was thinking this, God, I really need, I talked to him in my head. I really need a therapist. I don't want one that's going to fall for me. I want one that takes care of the shit. Everything I need to take care of so I can be an enlightened and a happy person, because being when you're with someone and you're playing a lot of patty cake with each other. A lot of times it is what my dad would call it. It makes you soiled. You absorb their negativity. Oh, you want to hear how I lost my psychic powers? You want to hear how I did? I did the nodding. My grandma found out because she dreamt about it. She said, I warned who I was with. And what happened was, every so often, I don't play lottery and I'm not a big gambler. I'm just not one of those people that I'm unlucky in that. I really am. But every so often, God sends you a little extra money because he feels that you need it. Maybe you have some extra bills and he doesn't want you to have a crappy week or whatever. So I dreamt and I won close to I think $50 or $60, be about 100 now. And I was happy. And usually what I do is I would do something for the poor. I'd give $10 for something, and then I'd keep the rest. I consider I did a good deed, and thank you, God. And I told my sociopath person I was with, and they ran with it. They had me doing meditations all the time and wanted me to get numbers of the lottery. Oh, that's a big no-no. That's a huge no-no. So my grandma and my dad bound me. It's a marriage bound. You have to be away from that person. Hence me, I'm away from them. And no patty cake ever again. And that's it. They were that pissed, and they even warned him that what he was doing was against our people's law, psychic people. That was just a big no-no. So I've been slowly getting back certain abilities that I have lost for over 30 years, seriously. And it's sometimes I need a metaphysical therapist to help me with what I'm dealing with, boy. And it's worth the money. I really wish that my insurance can take it, but I rather pay it because I know that I'm pouring into myself. And I really want to get babbled so I can learn some Spanish. I like, I still think it's funny. My son's godmother asked me, so what is pretty in Spanish? Oh, puta. You use puta. I say, puta, you're a real puta. She hasn't talked to me since. God, I should have done that a long time ago. Learn all the naughty languages. Easy. Do you know what you do? Get your smartphone. No matter what kind of phone you have. You go like this. You ask your smartphone. I do it all the time. How do you say asshole in Spanish?
I found 2 results in Spanish for asshole.
Learn all the naughty ones. Vulgar's like, oh,
Gilipollas.
Gillipoles. Gillipoles. Someone who is, oh boy. Oh, yeah. That was my own thing. I entertained myself when I was a bartender and I was dead. And I'm like, shit, I did everything. But then the owner goes, hey, you know, Steph, I'm going to give you the music key. I'm like, fuck yeah. I looked it up on, I know. That's why they're so expensive. I keep mine for a good 3-4 years, you know. Exactly. Ugh. I have so much fun with my AI. I tried to get it to where it would practice my lines with me, and it won't. Oh, you know what? I will work with Devin, and I go, you know, we need to get an AI that works with people and talks with them. So maybe I can devise something. All right, I'll look it up. Whew. What will you do with a drunken sailor? Why am I singing that song? It's real weird. It's like sometimes, oh, you know what? I have to get my card thing. Somebody got a hold of the number, so I have to get a new credit card. But I'll get it, and now I'll download it. Do, 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 do. See, I got the picture. I think of you every time I see it. It keeps me in perspective. Oh boy, we got a young lady who is a little short. I guess you would say in dealing with what you talk about, you got to keep it quiet with her. She's a little word Nazi. I know. That's why I took the picture on the Instagram was just for that. You know, it was just so I can place it on my phone, so I can think of you. I don't got a picture of you, and that's the closest thing I can come up with. You know, so yeah, it tastes better as a shot. I don't know. It's certain things that you buy taste better as a shot than when you try to mix it with other shit. So yeah. Yep. But I've been eating better. I ate almost a whole watermelon. I really been thirsty, so I think that's an idea. So God, I can't believe it. I spent $14 on a pie, but god dang, it's so good. It's so delicious. So I had been told, you know, I baked a big thing of steak. It's really big. It took 4 hours to cook. And I had corn on the cob, coleslaw, and then I had um, macaroni and cheese. I didn't have the pie. I didn't have room. And then I have scalloped potatoes with garlic. So Yeah. So I'm pretty well set. I'm happy. And then tomorrow I got to do my 12-hour. I'm like, wow. Hopefully they remember to keep the gate open. Okay, Gemini is Google AI. Okay. Yeah, but anything, even if it's Google, it has to be put for the store. I can't just download Google. Google and Apple don't get along. That's what my son told me, and it's true. They they're not besties. That's exactly what my son said. Google and Apple don't play well. They're not besties at all. Yeah. Yeah, I have an Apple phone. Oh God. And I had it when I had money, so I always was able to download. What happened is I inherited what's called stocks. So when your stocks are, my money's, so I had to get a job. But I'm a hard worker. I am. I got bills to pay. Yeah, they called me up. I got to pay one bill. I could do that online. But I'm like, shit. Oh, Apple. Apple loves to bend you. Never mind. They are money whores. That's what Apple is. Money whores. They're money whores. Yeah, they are. And I'm like having to get a new uh, credit card, and I'm still behind in the payments. So I'm like, shit, I'd have to pay about a certain amount of money to get up on it, but I'll do it. I'm not worried about it. It'll happen. So you really are great in talking about the synchronicity. I can talk about supposed things of time slippage and alien abduction, which I think that all the alien abductions are not aliens. They're it's our own people abducting our own people, doing crazy shit. That's what I really think. So I I I feel that yeah, especially Apple. Ugh. My dad was the one who got the whole family into Apple. Now that he's been passed away, the reason why is he would a lot of times get, I don't know what it was, because here in America, he loved his Apple. And all of us got the Apple so we can FaceTime with him and be closer to him because he was 3,000 miles away. And since he's been gone, it's been a different scenario. Devin, my son, got a different phone that I've been paying on, and his phone went. His Apple phone died, and he didn't want. He said, "Fuck it," and he moved. He hasn't had an Apple phone. Yeah, yeah. You're on. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I think next year I'll get a new phone. I can afford one. I feel that when you go into a new phone, if you don't have that money, you know, you got to have like $300-400 now put up to aside so you can have, to pay that extra phone bill because you got a new phone. So last year, instead of me getting a phone, my son got one. He needed it. and he does stuff for me. So I really don't think that is money well spent. My daughter, I don't know what's going on with her, but I call her and I still say that I love her and stuff. I'm sure that it's still about the divorce, and she'll get over it. Yeah, but I like my phone. To I can be there. The only thing I miss is my iWatch because I don't know how many times I've answered that more than my phone. Oh, here, let me take note of that. Stuff. My dad used to keep me informed. Sometimes you remind me of the way my dad would go, yeah, try this thing, it's this, and you know. So when I was a kid, my family knew a lot of our lineage, and we didn't know how much Chinese or black or how much our genetic had. It was in the 70s. And my mom told everybody, this is back when the Chinese movies were all making the rage. Oh my god, I was always getting in fights. My grandfather brought me home and he said, you're not going to get spanked no more. And I asked him why, and he said he talked with the principal. I'm like, oh boy, I wonder how that went. He was not a person who would be physically violent unless he had to. But he said he talked to the principal and said, no, you're never going to spank my granddaughter again. And more than two people against one person is not a fair fight. Yeah, they wanted to. It was like crazy. And the fighting quit for me. I was happy. Yeah. Yeah. I got my $11 cheapie, and I'm not in a happy mood about it. But hey, it's what I could afford, and I still keep time. I'm just hoping that I can get the other watch alive again, or maybe it just, yeah, hootered out. I miss that. That's what I miss, because if something happens, I got to tell the company, hey, I'm not able to use the watch no more because I'm being charged 25 extra dollars a month for that usage of being able to get calls from it. Yeah. And I love it. You can be anywhere and your phone could be, you know, away from you, and you just answer your. I've lost mine. Not lost, but didn't have my phone on me, and my watch would be in use. So I don't know what's going to happen to my watch. Oh, I miss my little white watch. Yeah, I love the convenience. I am going to get a new kitty tomorrow named Pempa. He's going to be a little love muffin. He's a one-person cat, but he's going to have to be watched because I'm not here when it starts getting hot. So I actually am. Yeah, because 12 isn't that bad. I love the convenience now. I got to make sure it's near me, because I get lazy. I go, oh, hey, hello. I feel like Dick Tracy. They made the movie Dick Tracy before iWatches and all those watches came out. So when I watch it, I'm thinking of the old movie that came out in the 90s with Madonna and Dick Tracy and all that. And they were using, these cell phones. They were talking about them back in the days when my dad was a kid. He used to talk, say, yeah. So I always think I'm like in a Dick Tracy movie. Yes, I will get that, boss. So, God, please let my watch regain power and I can use it again. Amen. Yeah. My watch now, my wrist literally lose power. I'm like, what the? By the end of the day, it was dead. I was like, dang, that's weird. It's weirding out. I fell asleep with it on, and usually if you charge it for an hour, it's good to go. This time when I fell asleep with it, it was dead. And when it hasn't been, working since. So I don't know. I got my weed. You should see my keef, though. There's my weed. Oh, shit. It's beautiful. And my keef. Oh my gosh. I scraped it and spent time. I was waiting on my stuff. I was like, wow. A little bit of keefy. See, I'm still drinking the same shot. I'm not a big drinker. I like my weed. Oh, cool. John, you're really a hard worker. Been there for me. Got that fire. And I'm glad I got friends like you, John. Keep me on the right path. Yeah. Oh, and this keep is so good. It's a mixture of all the weed. It's like I scraped it and stuff. I was like, ooh. You feel like the Beverly Hillbillies group. Woo woo! I'm rich. I got keef. That's what it's keep for me. Ooh, that was good. Little left still. See? I would like to. I had to use the money so I could pay some of my bills because my creditors were on my asshole. So I'm trying to think if I could have a yard sale to boost up the money. So I was thinking of having a yard and get stuff together. I also am going to have a contest with one of these. These are really amazing little smokers, and I would like to have. I would like to play games. Come on in.
So you made corn?
Yeah, I did. How is it?
Good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Come on in, Dev. Did you want some of the meat?
No, I'm good.
It's steak. I got it
Not good.
barbecued. All right, well, help yourself with the corn then. I have corn and I also have garlic potatoes on live.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I got live. Don't I think the coleslaw needs to be pitched, but I got garlic potatoes. Oh, and I also have
I'm good.
all right. So I'm glad you like the corn. Good. That's why I made sure we can have some of the meat.
Right now, actually, for the last, I think, 2 days, there's a, I think it's the 7th or 8th anniversary of Dead by Daylight. So it's like double or triple blood points.
Really?
You don't know the game, but it's just, it's that one horror game I showed you.
Yeah.
Not really a horror game, really, from what I'm seeing.
Oh. So are you going to be playing it?
Live? No.
Oh, not live?
I haven't been live since the fires.
Okay. Why?
Too many things on mine.
Okay. All right. Understood.
Well, I don't know when they're going to repair the pump house, though.
Really? What did the insurance say?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask?
They looked at it. That's about it.
Well, did your father contact the insurance company?
Like I said, well, I guess we'll find out this week.
Okay. All right. Well, next week you mean? Because it's Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. Oh, well. Well, I got to feed my son. I'm cooling the meat down, so I'm gonna have to put it away. And it's like, but it's really good. It was not cooked all the way, but I cut the parts that was cooked, and I'm like, I gotta have something. I'm like, geez, I'm waiting. It's taking 3 hours for the sucker to cook. I was told an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's okay. I was able to cook, and I'm going to have like lots of lunch meat with it. I'm going to have steak lunch. And then my new cat, I'm getting him. He's my new guy in my life. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's agreed. Oh, yes. Love that. I learned how to eat. I learned how to eat through living in Texas. Yeah. Cibolo means buffalo in Indian. I don't know, maybe the Sioux. Anyway, yeah, I live not far from the Alamo. I worked over in Shirts, Texas, where I worked over at TGI Fridays, and then I moved to a corporate TGI Fridays next to Macy's over in California. I want to do a gaming channel where from your idea, I'm gonna be honest with be honest with you. Your idea is the best idea that I have, and that would be gaming. That would be doing that. I just I need to work harder for the money. So that's where I want it to go. I want it to go into gaming. I'm trying to figure out if I should, how I should, commentary it, and I should watch. What I'm thinking of doing is just watching some gaming that I'm interested in playing. And that's what my personal homework what I'll do. Watch people playing the games. Oh, I gotta stand up. So I'm getting a kitty called Timba, a little gray kitty from a friend at work. She wanted somebody that loved animals. Now, they love me. And there's this dog at work, Coco. She's a love muffin. She'll go up to you and go, ah. And I'm like, she wants to wrestle. She's so sweet. So what I'm thinking about, a lot of these time slips and stuff, maybe people make them up. And then it goes on to, you know, like the people who die, that they say that they aren't dead. Who knows? I mean, it's sad to say this, but I can't believe that Elvis Presley's daughter is passed on. I mean, it's like weird. She was so young, and so was her son. He passed away too. It's like that was so sad. So anyway, in dealing with like the disappearance of people, now they even have what was it, 911, a guy that talks about people disappearing. Well, how many of them are planned disappearances where people just want to be disappeared? They don't want to be that person no more. They're tired of it. They're tired of the person they're married to or whatever is going on. You know, it's like that's what my dad and I would talk about. He goes, "You ever wonder?" I go, "Yeah, Dad." And that was my wondering. Is also is the my own thing is if somebody says, "Yeah, last week I had driven into a 1970s time warp, but I didn't get out of the car. But next time I will. I'm going to be curious." And so 2 weeks later, his car is found in the area in which he sees the 1970s time warp. Did he disappear in the 70s? If so, where is he now? Did he die? Is he buried? What happened? Is it like the Doctor Who with the creepy angels that touch you and send you into the past? Who knows? That always had me thinking, man, don't get too close to them angel statues. That's the reason why I want to get my HBO Max back. I want to watch my shit. I miss my Doctor Who. So if you're dealing with certain things, it's also good. What I am going to look up is a hypnotist. It's my dad. Through my time that I had as a kid, he figured he would hypnotize me because I was traumatized. And I don't know what the traumatization is, but I do know I'm ready to, find out. And yeah, welcome all. Put a thumbs up if you like it. It helps with the algorithm. And well, hello, a tiny bit grim. Hi. Yes, welcome. Put a thumbs up if you like this. It would be really great for the algorithm and all. Tiny bit grim. Oh, Minnesota. That's where they have the biggest mall in the world. So, yeah. Welcome, Minnesota. Yeah, I know where the biggest mall is, of course. I'm a female. We're born with that intuition. Yeah. Who needs to eat? We got to go shop. All right. What do you feel about time slips? You're driving somewhere and suddenly it's either in the future or it's in the past. Oh, a hermit time. So you like to watch different videos and stuff. Oh, a total loner. No, not totally a loner. Okay. So if you're out and about, what I've noticed in the videos that I hear of stories about, you know, things happening and such, you hear time slips where it's like in the future, past, and people disappearing soon after they hear that, or just nothing happening any different. But a lot of people say it's really a unique experience. Yeah. Good question. That's a good question. Oh, thank you. Uh huh. Oh, that's good. Got my weed right here. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna be happy. Yeah. I usually clean the filter. I have 99% alcohol. I ordered online a long time ago. And I pour a little bit in this little dish and clean this out. It's amazing. So this is my bin to go to, smoke. It's real easy to clean. You got the inside part. I haven't cleaned that yet. Excuse me, but yeah. It is my favorite pipe right now. I love it. Yeah, that's what they used to use over when I used to work in the weed industry. So I bought what I used, and that's what I clean my stuff with. That's the only. If you get anything less than that, it won't clean. It'll take forever. Because then before I started using weed, and it became like, hey, you can go to a dispensary with your ID. I was like, really? Wow, hot damn! I'm going to try this shit. So eh, I I got myself a weed license. Well, this is before. What happened was I went and I put in for to work in a weed place and got my license. And then afterwards, I'm like, shit, I'm going to go over to places. Oh, yeah, I got discounts. I was like, I got to try this stuff. So the first time I tried, I spent over $300, bought a shitload of stuff, right? Had my daughter and her boyfriend in on it, and I shared, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I really found out about indica and on all this stuff. And how it feels, and I even bought stuff that we produced and they gave us free weed too. It's just, in joints and stuff like that. But yeah, I that's how I got into weed. And then yeah, pretty much I think it opened my mind in a sense. It really did because I started to see a lot going on, and then I had neighbors tell me what was going on, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people who are latecomers because what they were told that it would kill you. They actually had some pastors do that, and that was my grandfather was a badass Baptist preacher, and even he said, he goes, man, these pastors telling them that you can die from weed. Hi, friend. Hi, sunshine. Welcome back again. You were on yesterday, so Welcome back today. Yes, welcome all. Oh, it's really a nice night, and I'm really happy. I got my cotton candy grapes. Mm, wow. Well, yesterday I was real tired because I spent 3 hours mm, with my metaphysical therapist. I was like, I was kaput. It was a lot. I got that too. And cherries. They're on sale. It lasts a little longer than the. Yeah, so I like to make this a gaming channel for Dead Red Redemption, RDR Red Dead Redemption. So make it, and for the driving game, and yeah. Well, I put forth energy. It's not worth being fake. You get found out one way or another. You can't fake it to make it, really. In this timeline, oh no. You got to be who you are. People find out. There's too much internet and stuff on there. So find out who you are. If you're an evil, what I call cunterina, if you're an evil cunterina, you're going to find yourself found out one way or another. You know, I put forth effort. I'm not perfect though. I really am not. I make mistakes. I boo boo. You know. Mm. Oh. Yeah. When people play the games, you know. Yep. Those drama people. He can't live without enough drama going around and, you know, spreading stupid rumors that hurt people. It's not worth it, you know. Yeah, I had one guy I was dating. He got on my Facebook. My son, I wasn't even filed for divorce. We were separated and I still was in the same house. And what happened was he got in an argument with my son's father. Oh, yeah. And I broke up with him over that. I said, you can't start drama shit. That's just a big no no. Yes, it does. And there's people who want to do that because they're jealous of you. They're jealous that people are noticing your good abilities and they feel threatened and they will start spreading rumors. Oh, yeah. I've had several where I'm like, really? Oh, come on. Could you come up with a better one? One was I wasn't divorced. I spent a lot on that damn divorce. I don't get it. It's like, be happy you're working with people. And it's like when you have a job that's so easy, it's like, come on, let's just be happy. Yeah. I mean, you go, gosh, that's where I think where people actually, disappear. They're dealing with too many assholes, and they're going, well, let's see, all my family's dead. I can trust Uncle Harry. He's kind of like, the crazy one who lives alone. Okay, all right. I'm going to fake my death. I'm going to go and make up a time story, and then I'm going to leave. And that's what I think some of these people do. They figure out a way to get out of, yeah. Yeah, when you have, I guess it would be like if you feel like you have no one and your life is turned to poop, maybe it's better off that you kill yourself off and get yourself a new identity. I mean, I'm almost thinking that some of these people are that desperate where they're like, I can't afford a divorce, and you know, yeah, you get these people. I've been in the time slip. It was driving. It was 2024, and then boom, it was 1970. I was like, oh shit, look at that. Oh, 2 weeks later, disappeared. Same area that he's been talking about the time slip. Did he disappear in the 70s? If so, if he's in the graveyard, and then who would he be? You know. That's what I'm thinking. Who would he be? Yeah. So that would make you think, would you, look to see if he actually made it in that time slip? And maybe he really wanted to go back in that time and live that time out and forget about the life that he had here. He wasn't happy, He just thought, well, shit. If I can go in that time slip and I get out of the car, could I stay in there? Makes you think. How many people are actually disappeared now? How many people went into the time slip, got out of the vehicle, and was never seen again? Or did they go and get a new identity and they have been under the radar for years? Makes you think, you know? That's what I've been like listening, and I go, you know, this person doesn't sound like they enjoy who they're with. They're probably, yeah, I was getting, and it's always this. They explain that they're getting it for their partner, and they go and get this the item or the food or whatever, and one disappears with the food. Who knows? Mm, yeah. That thing sometimes pops up, and I'm glad you think I'm funny. I try to keep a good. I think what helps is having a good metaphysical therapist. Boy, she is amazing. She really is. When you have good therapy. I was done with the regular therapy. That was a part of my life I took care of. I moved on, and now I'm ready for to take care of the me, the stuffy needs to be taken care of. So that's what I've been dealing with. And each time I see her, I'm like, God, I did the weekly ones, and I need the 2 weeks, man. It really does. Oh yeah, we have therapy here. They have pretty good therapists. I mean, if you have good insurance, some people pay a certain amount if you go to therapy. So you might want to call and make sure your insurance and stuff is, but we do have that here because there's a lot of people in their 60s. You don't have insurance? Yeah, it can be expensive. I don't know how much it is because when I had insurance, they took care of it. I never paid nothing out of pocket. So back then I was on my ex's insurance, and I never had to worry. Mm, mm. Yeah. I would call. That's just my suggestion, to call places and then get an idea how much. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying a lot of places in the Midwest is cheaper for the medical. There's a lot of people, yeah, who even go to the Midwest. They don't even, deal a lot with the medical here. It's what you want it to be. Yeah. I tell people if you really like your doctor and you come out and visit at least once a year and you're pretty healthy, keep your doctor, fly back when you usually do, and have a doctor's visit on top of that. There's nothing wrong with that. Uh, yeah, I moved a bit. I was in California. As a kid, I didn't remember Idaho. That's where I was born, so I moved around a lot. Yep, it was busy. That's why I wanted. We're up in heaven. We're going, this is what our soul we want to experience. We want to experience this and that and learn this and go by this road and do this. So when we get here, we want, we're born into a certain life. So, you know, I wasn't always so busy, but it seems like since I moved here, I've been busy. What changes? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, your fur babies. Well, I am going to go to bed. Have a good night. I don't have much of a life, if you call it that. I work a lot. Yes, I'm weird. All right, the normal person. Have a good evening. Keep love in your heart and a prayer in your pocket.